should be live. Hopefully, the live stream actually stays going good. That's the real challenge. At least for me. Is not being live, but having it actually work. Name of the stream, if you can't tell, making coins. What was that? I was at around 4 mil. The last time I streamed, I'm back up to 6.4 mil, so I've made back a little bit of my coins, but I gotta grind more. Vision, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I saw you were streaming last night. I was busy last night, though. Sorry that I missed it. I'm glad to see you back at another stream here. Dude, Logan, I'm from Minnesota, but I picked Louisville. So I'm mad that Minnesota won, even though I'm from Minnesota. Oh, is Urson hot? Because I have 38 of him I have to sell. So that's huge. And then JJ's hot. The hot golds method, if you haven't heard of it, is what I'm going for. Also, welcome Red Sox. Glad you can make it. Louisville is your college team. That's fair. I mean, I guess for me, I'm really not into any specific Division I team. For basketball, my favorite Division I men's basketball team is UConn. Back from when they had, like, Kemba Walker, and before that, Hasheem Thabeet. Chris, you're going for Booker. I'm going for Westbrook, and then I think I'm going to go for McDermott, too. Alright, I'm going to go for, Berea. Once I get the times down, then I'll throw down those Ilyasovas on the market. Because I bought him like a week ago. I forgot to sell them, so I have 38 of them just waiting to sell. Matthew, welcome to the stream. Just, working the auction house a bit. I've got the tournament on in the background. I have it muted so there's not copyright issues. Right now, I guess the only game going, and really the only game worth watching, is Villanova and St. Mary's. Nova's up 8. About to shoot some freebies. They missed it. So still an 8-point game. St. Mary's ball. Approaching a minute left. Best games of the day were what? The New Mexico State game. My bracket is trashed because I had Belmont and I had Louisville winning, and they both lost. But I also had them playing each other in the Sweet 16. I went a little crazy there because I thought, well, Louisville's beaten Michigan State. Chris, you're at the 99 Booker. I could be at 95 Westbrook right now. I'll get him by the end of the night. I'm saving my free packs until April, most likely. Now, if I get to like March 30th and I'm close to the next tier of... See, I had Nevada... I only had Nevada winning round 1, but I had Nevada winning 2. I did thankfully pick Murray State, but like... all my other picks are wrong. Here, I have a paper bracket in front of me. Let's go through the games I picked. Belmont lost. I had LSU, but I only had LSU winning 1 game. Louisville lost. Michigan State hasn't played yet. I only have Michigan State winning the 1 round. A little bit ballsy on that part, but again, I'm honest about what my bracket is. I'm not here to try to pretend it's something it's not. God, when is the new round dropping? It's got to be soon or something. You have Tennessee over Duke. I have Duke, Kentucky, and I've got Duke beating Kentucky. I'm telling you, Zion Williamson is superhuman. In a good way. Like, Superman wishes he could be Zion Williamson. Villanova... they're up by 8 with a minute left. Okay, so the round dropped to round 1 and 6. A round 1 and 6. Brea went cold, that's fine. Ilyasova, I'll scoop a few of them because he's hot. And then I had 38 from before. You have Murray State in the Sweet 16. My dad has that. I don't. I think Florida State beating them because Florida State should be a decent team. See, I agonized over the Kentucky-Carolina game. I also agonized over what I have as a Virginia-Tennessee game. So if you have any of the 1 and 2 seeds on the right side of the bracket in your Final Four, I'm really not going to question you on it, to be honest. All right, so Ilyasova's still hot. Berea went cold. No one else appears to be hot right now. I have 47 of them now. Yeah, I'm on 93 Westbrook. I have more than enough golds for the elites, but I've just been trading 50 in for 5. I need 13 more. I'll get those 13 more before I go to bed tonight. I only need 3 elite collectibles to get the 95. So I could just do the 10s 3 times. There's really no incentive to one way or the other. But that's what I'm working with. So, yeah, I'll get those converted tonight. I'll have 95 Westbrook. I did the math. At least for me, I'm going to be able to get a fully maxed out legend, which includes boost and ability, and a second master with the ability. You can only get not the ability, the boost. You can get boosts on all of them. You can only get the ability on one of them. See, I have Duke, Michigan, and Virginia, Kentucky for my Final Four. Other games that happened. So, Gonzaga just humiliated whoever they played. I didn't watch any of that game because it was like a 20-point game 10 minutes in. Sorry, Fairleigh Dixon. I didn't feel like watching you guys. I had Murray State. I had Florida State. Although Florida State barely won. Nevada lost. I have Michigan. Villanova's up 6, 25 seconds. St. Mary's with the ball. Gets the 2. It's a 4-point game. I picked Villanova. I also picked Villanova over Purdue. I don't really like Carson Edwards. He goes cold kind of a lot. Let's see, what other games were today? I picked Auburn. Now, New Mexico State should have won that game. I'm happy because I picked Auburn, but man, New Mexico State, that was a tough loss for them. I picked Kansas. I picked Auburn over Kansas, so I'll have to watch for that. And then Kentucky won, and then I have Seton Hall over Wofford. Yeah, I mean, to me, if there's 4 games on, my TV, I can go back and forth between 2 games pretty easily. And at any point in time, there's been 2 close games in the second half, right? Or if not, it's like 2 close games in the first half, but the other 2 games are blowouts. So I've just been going between a couple games pretty easily. Now, if I really wanted to go ham on it, I could have my computer with 1 or 2 of the other games. I also have my phone, which I'm streaming on currently. Let me get these Ilyasovas listed so I can get ready for the next sniper on. Steve, welcome to the stream. I got 1-star Kyle Lloyd today. My bracket, absolute trash right now. Absolute trash right now. Not sure if you did one, and if so, how it went. You can let me know if you want. If not, no worries. I picked Utah State over Washington. Utah State is trending upwards. Washington's trending downwards. And Washington is part of a very bad-looking Pac-12 conference. Now, I don't think any of the Pac-12 has played today. TK11 Balling, welcome to the stream. Going for the hot golds. Got the tournament on. Muted in the background, but I'm watching it. Yeah, dude. We'll have to set something up where you can see the Kyle Lloyd and... Oh, Tyler Johnson went hot. Your rating? Thanks for the raid, TK. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, is Villanova still up? I know they were up 4, and they were probably going to get fouled. Baylor game is next. Baylor plays Syracuse, right? Yeah, I picked Syracuse, man. I've seen stuff where, like, oh, Baylor knows how to rebound, but guess what? Tournament teams don't know how to handle that Syracuse zone. Dang, yeah, that stinks, Steve, having a long day. Did you get to see Ichiro's final at bat? Because Ichiro Suzuki had his final game for Major League Baseball today, and he's now retired. Great career for him. All right, that's it for that round. Let's get some of this stuff selling. Who did I pick or what games do I have left to pick? All right, so I have Michigan. I've got Syracuse. It looks like Villanova won because they've got a smiling Jay Wright on the TV screen that I'm watching at least. Okay, so 10 of my Amir Johnsons didn't sell. It's super weird how stuff does or doesn't sell. Oh, good. Tyler Johnson, because I think I had like 23 of them. I'm up to 33 now, but if he's selling, I'm going to start to unload these cards that I've had for a week. So I'm happy with this. Yeah, okay, I was honestly, like, in the car driving. I had the game going on my phone so I could hear it. Or when I heard he was about to come out, I just pulled off and said I had to watch. Vision, welcome back. Right now, the hot cards are 71s. There's Tyler Johnson and Ersan Ilyasova. For Johnson, I didn't get 33 of them in one round. I probably got about 10 of him in one round. I had 20 or so of him from before. But it looks like he's selling right now, which for the next round, I'll definitely read the chat that I tapped on and took me out of the game. Ian, welcome to the stream. TK saying, how do I something? Oh, Zion's going to go number 1 in the draft. The only question is who gets the number 1 pick. Who are, like, the worst teams in the standings? If the Hornets were, like, a bottom 5 team, it make a ton of sense for the NBA because the draft lottery's never been rigged before, and I say that sarcastically because I think it has been rigged before. If they kept him in Carolina, kept him in Charlotte, can you imagine him and Kemba? That would be insane. But realistically, the Knicks are the worst team. Then there's Phoenix. Then there's Cleveland. Then there's Chicago. Then Atlanta. And so... Did Atlanta trade... Yeah, Atlanta traded down for Trae Young, and Dallas traded up for Luka Doncic. So, like, the Hawks could have a good chance at getting him. Can you imagine? Well, I can say, can you imagine? Of course you can or can't. Zion to the Hawks as, like, the next Dominique Wilkins would be pretty insane. I think Vince has one more year in him. How do you get mod? I'd say just being at streams consistently, being active. When I give out mod, it's really people who I think, I guess from, me streaming them, being at the streams, that I think I know well enough that, like, I know that they know what I expect from a mod, which is basically mostly family-friendly chat. Now, we can joke around. We can have fun, but, you know, like, cursing stuff, keep it to a minimum. Some just common sense. It's something... Oh, Josh Hart hot. It's definitely more earned over time than just given out randomly. So, like, Ian's been with me from my MLB streams going back 6 months or more at this point. All right, TK, you'll be active. I'll be on the lookout for you. 74 Danny Green might be heating up. Logan, you made 6 brackets, 5 on ESPN, 1 on paper. I made, I think, 3. One of them, I only count it once, but I have it on paper and then I put it into ESPN. So, like, my dad and I do paper brackets against each other. I put both of ours into ESPN. And then I made 2 other brackets of my own. I guess part of it, too, with mod is, you know, when I'm looking at the chat, if it doesn't seem like there's a lot... Well, I guess if it seems like there's an unusually high amount of non-mods, too, then I think, well, okay, who here has been here the longest and probably should get mod? Nick, it's blurry because my Wi-Fi is potatoes, and I turned down the quality a bit so it stays consistent and doesn't cut out. Unfortunately, when you have doo-doo internet, you have to sometimes make those decisions. Logan, you're a Cubs fan. Vision, you're back again. Welcome back once again. I want that boogie. I can get the boogie. I just want to I want to manage the price on it, not overpay too much. Imagine not being able to say potatoes. You remember when someone was talking about, like, carrots, Ian, and I saw the word carrot, and just, like, pronouncing it as potato just to completely joke around? I don't know, maybe you don't, maybe you do. I'm guessing Nick's come over from some of your streams, TK. I'm guessing so. I might go for that boogie about 2.5 mil. I'd be very comfortable with that price. His stats, rebounding's both over 100. I value the rebounding, and he actually has a 90 overall 3-point shot. So you can get the occasional stretch 3-pointer, 99 blocking too. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get DeMarcus. Griff, what's up? Your friend with the Quiet 54? What about the Quiet 54 promo? I got Dirk myself. I haven't gone and tried to purchase Tony Parker. Nothing wrong with Tony Parker, just not my personal preference. Don't get Cousins. What about Cousins isn't good? Oh, Nick doesn't come to your streams? That's fine. I didn't know if you knew him or not, TK. I'm pretty sure I've seen you streaming before. Or if not, I mean, again, you raided, so I'm going to assume a raid came from a stream. I got Dirk. Oh, he can't make Jack? I mean, I don't really shoot with my center too often. Like, Nick, when I'm saying I'd get the occasional stretch 3 with him, what I mean by that is, like, you know those games where all of your shooters with, like, 98, 99 overall 3-point shots are just bricking everything? And then you go to, like, your 4th and 5th options, and they're the ones making the shots? Right now, my 5th option is Hassan Whiteside. Oh, you do know him. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. No, so, like, I guess to me, if Cousins is at least as effective... Oh, there we go, Berea. I have kind of this catch-all filter. I just go 71 plus. I just go 23.99 to 2,500. Now I miss like the super cheap listings, but at the same time, if you don't know what card's hot, if any card's hot, you're gonna see exactly what is. 53 away from 2K. Dang, that's not bad. I mean, I know I should get there hopefully by like, let's say early April. I don't know, mid-April. But like my YouTube studio, and when I view my own channel as like an average person, it's never consistent. You're selling it to get a 97 point guard and center United of one of the 100. TK, you're at 20 more to 100. Hopefully you get to 100 before I get to 2K. I mean that like in a good way. I mean that honestly, like, you know, if you just keep grinding, hopefully your growth is good. Like, the thing is, while I want to grow my own channel, certainly, the only time I'd ever, like, wish negative growth on someone else would be if I feel they're blatantly clickbaiting, and not just blatantly, but maliciously, right? So, like, if you're, you know, clickbaiting, but you have good intention, it's pretty clear. Versus if you're just, like, clickbaiting for clout or whatever. Like, there's, at least in my opinion, different types of clickbaiting. It's like, if you call a game insane and it's maybe slightly above average, well, you know, people are going to click on an insane game. They're not going to click on a slightly above average game. Oh, do you mean unsell? Logan, on your main, you're 34 away from 200. Oh, did I not search 99? Alright. Look at, should I know your main? And if I shouldn't, then feel free to let me know what it is. Hey, TK, thanks for the first, like, hopefully if you guys enjoy the stream, and certainly if you're just joining the stream, you're more than welcome to take a few minutes, see if you like it. But if you do, and you end up clicking the like button, it certainly helps. Certainly helps. Signature Wade, 3.5 mil. I have him. Haven't seen him on the market much until today. But I know with this new promo, like, oh, I don't need the Ennis Cancer. Hey, we're up to 4 likes. Thanks to the 4 people who have liked the stream. Alright, I'm going to list a few of these cards before the next round hits. Yeah, I mean, and to me, like, there's honest clickbait and there's dishonest clickbait, right? So any title that makes a person click on your video to watch it, that's not, like, it's technically clickbait, right? But if what you put in your title is true in the video, to me it's not clickbait, right? So I've been talking about the tournament. I guess I haven't had my auction sell to actually make the coins, but I can tell you guys, and other people in the community can verify, that what I'm doing will make coins. So, you know, I'm doing everything I'm advertising. It's an honest stream. I know sometimes people will just stream and forget to change their title, so I'm not as bothered about that part of things. I mean, though, is like, let's say someone, 103 overall John Stockton gameplay. When the card itself is a 101 and they boost it to a 103, like, to me, that's not awful clickbait, but it's borderline. PB43, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I feel like I've seen your name around a couple times. I think you have a league that some people who go to a lot of streams are at. Thanks for the new sub. Much appreciated. New round is I might have just missed it. I can still rebound some stuff. Clutch the Gamer, welcome to the stream. Did I send you here? No, I mean someone else sent you here. So 71 Josh Hart is hot. Looks like 73 Zach Collins is hot. And there's been other cards. So 74 Danny Green, I think, starting to heat up as well. Right, yeah, like a Casey Neistat title versus a Jake Paul title. I agree with that. Rodolfo, welcome to the stream. You're saying Duke will be upset? I mean, Duke's the number 1 overall seed, so unless they win the whole tournament, they technically are being upset. At what point do you think they're going to be upset, though, Rodolfo? Yeah, so I've got kind of a catch-all filter, which is 71 plus, 23.99 to 2,500. Ersan Ilyasova's been hot for a while. He doesn't sell 100%. He sells like 80 to 90%, which is still very profitable, but he's not as good as some of these other cards in terms of value from sniping. Oh, nope, that's the wrong Nerlens. If you see the blue jersey, Nerlens Noel, that's the one that goes hot. How often am I going to stream? Well, I've normally been streaming a couple times a week. With the tournament in session, I might stream a third, and I guess in theory a fourth time. I know I'm going to I'm planning to stream again tomorrow night. What I'll do is kind of what I'm doing right now. I have the tournament on muted in the background so I can watch it, talk about it when you guys want to. You can talk about NBA Live Mobile as well. My team is a 100 overall. The lineup I like to actually use is still at a 99. I can show those once I get to the end of the cards on this round. And then after the next round, I'll spend the downtime listing the cards I get in these last 2 rounds. Yeah, let me get these Danny Greens. I shouldn't scroll over them and be lazy. Alright, that's the end of it. We'll go check out my team quick. I know it's kind of blurry, but you'll be able to at least mostly tell who I have. Yeah, I'd say NBA Live Mobile. Tuesday nights are very consistent, and then I try to aim for at least one of a Thursday night or a Friday night. Like, that's been what I've been doing in the past. So here's the lineup I like to use. I've got 96 Marbury with the buzzer beater, 99 Harden. I've got Larry Bird, Serge, and Whiteside. I've got the 3-point boost off the bench. I like to shoot a lot of threes. Whether or not it's the best strategy, that's okay. I've built different lineups so I can mess around. I've built the coins up. I spent a bunch, and now I'm building them back up again. All right, Logan, you got to go. Have a good rest of your night, man. I'm hoping to stream tomorrow, and if you're free, then hopefully we'll see you then. If not, some other time, I'm sure. 101 D-Book. Jeez. There's my 2 guys in the starting 5 lineup. I've got Harden at point guard and shooting guard, and Cat at small forward, power forward, and center. I thought that's kind of fun. Here's my 100 overall best lineup. I've got Tatum as my starting small forward for the passing boost in the starting lineup. This Pierce's is only on the bench, so that's why I went Tatum starting, and then LeBron off the bench. I got the 99 Del Curry to boost Harden's 3-point shot. I don't know why I'm starting Baron Davis over Williams. I should start Williams, and then I should put Crawford off the bench. So I'll fix that. Then I've got Ibaka. You know what? Let me put Moses Malone off the bench. Give the boost. Oh, I went for the shooting lineup bonus. That's what I did. Yeah, the Tatum's a nice card. Yeah, he's been on the auction house a little bit more recently, like in the last couple days. Had to pick him up. Picked him up about a week ago when he first started to hit the market heavily. because there's just so many Celtics small forwards. Here we go, new round. Berea's hot. Ilyasova's been hot. And using the catch-all filter. Now, you lose the upside of if you zero in on one player, you get to those later posts earlier. Okay, looks like Josh Hart. Hot. But at the same time, there's so many more cards that, if people are zeroed in on, 2 or 3 cards, the other one that no one zeroed in on, you get a bunch of those. And you also might get a few that are zeroed in on anyways. So, Berea was cold last round, so people aren't as zeroed in on him right now. So that's why I'm going to get a bunch of Bereas. Now, someone's on him at least a little bit at this point. Josh Hart's been hot for a couple rounds, so someone zeroed in on him. Zach Collins is hot for a second round in a row. So people zeroed in on those guys. They really weren't going to be available to me. But a guy like Berea, I'll probably end up with 20 of them. TK, welcome back. New round dropped, a minute ago? Danny Green, there we go. Just missed him. That's okay. There's another JJ. If you're going and people are buying all of them on the first few pages, just scroll 4 or 5 pages in. That'll normally get you a mostly fresh batch, and you can at least pick up a few. It's someone scrolled through pretty deep on that or something. That's what there was for the round. So in those last 2 rounds, we'll see how many total cards I got. So I got 25 Bereas in those 2 rounds. 16 Greens, that's 41. 19 Collinses is 60. 3 Hearts, 63. 6 Ilyasovas, 69. For 2 rounds, when I'm streaming and on Wi-Fi, and my Wi-Fi, like I said, is potatoes, and not good potatoes, bad potatoes, I'm happy with that haul for 2 rounds. Again, where I have different cards, if one doesn't sell perfectly, I still have 3 or 4 other guys that will sell. If guys don't sell one time, wait for them to get hot again, they'll sell the second time. Just, speaking from experience. Or Johnson, I sniped 60 Amir Johnsons earlier today. All of them sold but 10. I'm going to hold those 10. Next time he goes hot, I'll list those 10. Those 10 will sell. So there's a little bit of risk, but once you have a big enough coin stack, the reward definitely outweighs it, right? Spending 2,000, 2,500 coins per card, getting 9K back after fees, right? So if only 1 out of 3 cards sells, you're still making profit. And the thing is, way more than 1 out of 3 sells. I'd say 90, 95%. Madden, there's been several different cards hot. What I'm just doing is 71 plus cards, $23.99 minimum bid, 2,500 max bid, and then I just scroll to the right a couple pages, and the new matches pop up, and then I just sell those. But Josh Hart's been hot, Ilyasova's been hot, Danny Green, JJ Berea. Put it on 720. I can put it on 720, but it's going to literally disconnect every 12 seconds. I can try a daytime stream tomorrow for a little bit at 720p. I'll call it a test stream, and whatever the archive is, I'll post so you guys can see why. Because I think that's fair to you guys. All right, new round's about to drop. New round. I just mistimed it, didn't I? Yep, new round is going to be here. So, yes, Zach Collins and Danny Green look like the hot cards this round. Just went a third page in, so I should get a few easy ones. Collins and Green, the hot cards for right now. Someone's on the Collins there. All right, Urson, there's at least a couple of him. So there's at least 3 hot cards right now. For me, in my server, I know servers are different. All right, people aren't going for Zach Collins this deep yet. That's good to know. Okay, there were a few Bereas up. Sabrea was hot as well. And then there was Hart. So there were, 5 hot cards this round? I think 5 hot cards. And that's why I'm using the catch-all filter. Is so, all of these cards were hot last round, so people zeroed in on them. But for the most part, too, if a new card goes hot, I'll see it before anyone else not doing what I'm doing. And I'll be able to get a bunch for that one round. It might not seem great, but the difference between 15 cards in a round and 35, that's like 140K profit that we're talking. So, top 3 overrated NBA or MLB players or both? I'll do both. MLB, overrated players, because I feel like I have a better idea on those. 1, I think Bryce Harper's good, but I also think Bryce Harper's overrated. Number 2, Aaron Judge. I think he's a decent player. I think he strikes out way too much for the hype he gets. Number 3, because I kind of don't like the Yankees, to be honest, Giancarlo Stanton, same deal as Judge. Alright, so that round, I got 7 Danny Greens. Honestly, I think I'll make for all the snipes I did on the stream. I'd say it's about 6,500 coins per snipe. So I got 22 Collinses, so that's 29 cards. I would just have to count all the cards. I can do that once I get them posted, because it's 16 per page times the number of pages. So I'll do that, and then I'll multiply that by 6,500. But I know from yesterday's stream, not yesterday, I streamed on Tuesday. On Tuesday's stream, I probably made, from the stream part of things, $1.5 million. Alright, so I had 29 total cards that round. 29 total cards. Not too bad. Alright, let's look at my auctions quick. I can actually filter 71 plus. Alright, so I've got to remember I had between Ilyasova and what's the other guy? But whatever the 2 guys were, I had about 4 pages worth of those guys before the stream, so I have to subtract about 4 pages worth of cards from my stream sniping total. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I've got, about 10.5 pages right now? 10.5 pages, give or take, times 16 cards, 168 cards times 6,500. Right now, I've probably made about 1 million coins. I've probably made about 1 million coins once everything sells, and that... Oh, shoot, new round dropped. I'm going to be late to it. Not too late, though. Not too late. All right, so I'm at about 1 mil right now, and that's factoring in the expense that I front in buying these cards. And if you factor in the profit from actually being able to sell these cards I couldn't sell for a while, I mean, that's probably another 500K that I don't count as profits from sniping today, but will show up on my bottom line. All right, so like I started at 6.4 mil. When I add that in, I'll probably be close to 8 mil if I stopped right now. Now, certainly, I'm going to keep going because I want to, keep building the profits. I saw some chats I'll get to in a second. All right, that's the end of the Snipe Stat round. That was a weaker round for me. That was probably one of my worst rounds of the stream. Vision, I'm not 100% decided on the next personnel mod. Really depends who's here consistently. I've seen you here consistently recently, Vision. I think, let me remember the username. TK said he'll be here consistently. PB's been here pretty good, at least for today. Part of it, too, depends on, the need for mod. My streams, and I'm very thankful to the community and the types of people I've attracted to my streams for the most part. They tend to be pretty chill, where, there's times where mods have been needed, and mods have done their job when they've been needed, but I also feel like I've been able to get by without needing a ton of mods because people tend to be pretty respectful as long as I'm, showing them some level of respect, which I always aim to because I think that's the right thing to do, and I think it's important. You want to treat your people right. Is Markel Fultz good, the 98? I'll look him up quick. Griff, you've been fairly consistent. My next video posting date. What type of video are you wondering about specifically? If there's a specific type of video you're wondering about. If you mean a general video, I'll have some kind of video out tomorrow. I honestly don't know what video yet, but weekdays I try to post videos most days. Weekends I aim for best I can, but I know I generally get busier on weekends. So Fultz, 3-point shots kind of lacking. Wait, he's not bad. I guess it depends on how you use your point guard. So I shoot threes with my point guard. So I wouldn't want Fultz for that reason. If you want a point guard that you can attack the rim with, can get an occasional rebound, and has at least okay stealing stats, then he'd be okay for that. Elite, you watch all my content? I've seen you comment on the stuff. I just know some people comment on literally anything, to try to get attention. And I'm not saying that's what you're trying to do. It's just, the first couple times you see people comment, you try to read what level of interest they have in you or your content, if that makes sense. 76ers will win the championship. Man, I think the best team in the East is the Milwaukee Bucks. If you don't care what I upload, I'm sure most people technically would care what I uploaded. Now, I know what you guys mean by that in terms of you'll watch MLB, you'll watch NBA Live Mobile. I want to make more NBA Live Mobile videos. I just don't know what to make the videos for it on. Oh, normally I would post an MLB pack opening tomorrow, but I don't have that many packs in that game right now, so I don't know. I've got a couple ideas I'll kick around. I'm thinking part 3, assuming I get to 15 likes, which I'm sure I will on today's video that I posted around 8 Eastern. But assuming I get to that, which I'm sure I will, then in part 3 I'll post either... Oh, I'm at 12 right now? Yeah. I will get there... Oh, dang, I missed the sniper round by a lot. Buddy Healed? Is he hot? Alright, this is going to be what you call a cleanup round. Even if you're late, as long as you're not, 2 minutes late, you can still scroll through, and most of this will be bot, but occasionally you'll have a couple cards that leak through, right? So, that was terrible. I mean, I have no problem. I was reading the chat, and I'd rather read the chat and miss a couple snipes, but... Oh, I have membership. So, yeah, the price for memberships for the Stream Elite is set by, it's set by YouTube, right? So YouTube says the price for membership is $4.99 a month for, I guess, most channels. So kind of like how Twitch has their subscriptions. So, right, on YouTube, the subscription is free, the membership is the paid version. On Twitch, the follow is free, and the subscription is the paid version. I mean, heck, if I set the membership price myself, I make it 99 cents or something. I mean, I appreciate any donations I get, but... At the same time, I'm going to stream. I'm going to make the content I'm going to make for the most part, regardless of any, donations I get. Now, I say for the most part because if you make a donation and you want me to do something with that, or it comes with a specific content request I can fulfill, then I'll honor that because, I guess it's kind of like you're paying for the time and the goods and services, but, I mean, the membership price, I didn't set it, but, it's also, when you enable monetization, it comes with it. It's not like I tried to add it extra or anything fancy. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, tomorrow, I know I'll have a video. I don't know. I know it will be either NBA Live Mobile or MLB Perfect Inning. I honestly don't have any profound video ideas. Well, you get paid next week on PayPal. You'll donate then. Hey, man. Anything's appreciated anytime. If you can't do anything, if something comes up, totally fine. I just appreciate the support in you being at the stream. Back, if I didn't welcome you, by the way, welcome. Sorry, I've been in the conversations, but welcome to the stream. Did you, back, because I know you're definitely more of a baseball guy, did you watch Ichiro's final game in at-bats this morning? Yeah, and back to the donation things. I know things come up. I also know there's people who are very generous. So anything's appreciated. Nothing's expected. That's kind of how I view that part of things. I mean, certainly the donations are valued. And again, like if you have requests for content based on that type of thing I can do. I mean, I suppose like donations indirectly kind of influence well if someone's mod worthy, but there's still the conduct portion of that, right? So if you're like completely belligerent, you're not gonna fit that part of things. But if you're generally a good dude and you're like, hey, you want to donate, that might expedite the process. And again, I want to be clear, I'm not selling mod spots. It's just like, if you have a 12-part equation, one of the factors that can be taken into consideration along with other more important factors that are heavily conduct-based would be, like ways you support the channel, one of which is donations, if that makes sense. Yeah, Ichiro, I was disappointed. He struck out looking in his second to last at bat, and then he grounded out to short. I think they should have challenged the play to try to get him a hit out of it. Yeah. Market's starting to cool down for now. It's good for a while, though. Good for a while. Yeah, I got up at 4:30 in the morning my time, and then I saw the article saying, oh, he was retiring, and I'm like, oh, dang, I better, make the extra effort to intentionally watch the game. Mariners became the first team to sweep a 2-game series in Japan. Fun fact. And by first team, I mean first major league team. So there were 4 previous 2-game sets in Japan, and every single one of them had been split 1-1. So 2004, 2004, 2008, 2012. There was a 2-game series to start the season each time. All of them were split 1-1. And this one, the Mariners swept. So, I guess, go figure. I'll look at the 99 pluses and then get ready for the next round. Let's see. New games in progress. Syracuse-Baylor 27-25. That looks like a good game. Michigan's up 27-13 on Montana. Wofford's up 11 on Seton Hall. That's a little bit surprising. Now, Wofford likes to run. They like to score points, but oh, dang. Channing Frye for $761K? I mean, Channing Frye's not a good card, but at that price? Dang. That was a good price. Even for a not-so-good card. I saw, Corey Seager homered? That's good. Man, it's unfortunate to me when these guys need Tommy John surgery. I think Bryce Harper homered yesterday, or maybe, I think yesterday. First homer of the spring. You wanted Ichiro for fantasy baseball this year? I should do fantasy baseball. I should do that. I know we've talked about that. I'll have to message you when I'm done streaming. I'll have to message you about that, and we'll get something figured out. Oh, underrated. Were you saying underrated or overrated? I remember there was overrated NBA, or did you say underrated? Here, I'll do the top 3 overrated NBA players, and then we can do underrated. Yeah, again, it's good to see those guys come back. Overrated NBA players. 2019 LeBron, overrated. Now, like, I think LeBron is still up there in the GOAT conversation, but if you've seen his defense this past year, it's pretty disgraceful. All right, Griff doesn't merit. Yeah, we'll go with overrated. So yeah, for this year, LeBron, I wouldn't say LeBron's overrated overall. I mean, you gotta keep in mind the era of the NBA that we're in. That's not to say LeBron is the GOAT, right? That's just to say he deserves to be in the conversation. That's my opinion and take on things. This year, he's not playing like it, though, and not even close. Although, you know what? Let's keep it to one a team, and for the Lakers, the most overrated player, well, yeah, this year, LeBron. Who else? Does Andrew Wiggins count as overrated? If not, he's certainly the worst max contract of all time. I'll say he's at least the worst max contract of all time, whether or not you consider that to qualify him as overrated. I'm biased as a Timberwolves fan, but I can also say that Andrew Wiggins is terrible. Like, he can't... He's not explosive enough to blow by a 42-year-old Vince Carter. That's concerning. That is very concerning. Who else is overrated in the NBA? Yeah, I know I can think of guys. I just have to think of the ones that I, truly think are overrated, if you know what I'm saying. I'll be honest. I'll give you my... Alright, I can say Wiggins is overrated. Cool, then I say Wiggins is overrated. I mean, shoot, Derrick Rose, coming off of multiple torn ACLs, seems more effective to me. Let me look at, NBA standings. I just have to look at the teams, and then I see the players. Jimmy Butler, overrated. Former Timberwolf, yeah, being biased. But guess what? Jimmy Butler, a great ISO one-on-one defender, terrible team defender. When we replaced Jimmy Butler off the Timberwolves with Robert Covington, now granted Covington's been hurt, but when Covington was healthy and playing early on after the trade, the team defense went from bottom 5 in the league to 10th in the league or something. Which is crazy to think how a guy who's touted as an elite defender leaving your team, for a guy who's considered a solid defender, because that guy can actually guard more than one position, makes your team astronomically better defensively. So yeah, there's that. And the Knicks don't have anyone good enough to be overrated. Cavs don't have anyone good enough to be overrated. The Bulls, I like Zach LaVine. I'm mad the Wolves traded Zach LaVine. How about, John Wall's hurt, so it's hard to say if he's overrated or just hurt. Oh, who else is there? Chris Paul? Oh, I'm going to say Chris Paul's overrated. Now he's good. The way Rose is playing, borderline all-star. I mean, I'm not pissed that he's not an all-star, but Derrick Rose, if there's a way that the Timberwolves could, take all that money that was sent to Andrew Wiggins and give it to Derrick Rose, I would do it. King Danny, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Read a spare. Shut up. Shut up. The Saints are signing all of the Vikings players, which is hilarious, but I know you mean well, so welcome to the stream, even though you're clearly trying to troll with that. I mean, I feel like Kuzma is overrated for underrated, but I think that he is a good player. So, to me, he's neither, because all the people who mention he's underrated to me make him feel less underrated. Oh, there were no new cards that round. Okay. Market might be cold right now. Griff, you're agreeing with everyone? That's fair. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Wiggins did have the athleticism coming into the league to be a Canadian Michael Jordan. But his athleticism has gone downwards, and he's, 22? 23 years old? Athleticism's supposed to go upwards. Oh, other overrated players. I'm going to say LaMarcus Aldridge. And not that LaMarcus Aldridge isn't good, but, if you look at what he's produced for being a max contract guy, LaMarcus Aldridge has been kind of disappointing. Not to say he's not good, but right. So 18-7, 17-6, 23-8, 21-8. His last 2 years have been his best, and that's been because everyone else on the Spurs was gone, but he's never been that particularly good or better than anyone else on the team. Pull back KG one more time. MLB underrated. Griff, you said overrated the first time. Luka, I think he's overhyped. I don't necessarily think he's overrated. I think he's a very good player. I just think that the hype might be a little bit early on him. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I wish Luka the best. I hope he lives up to the hype he's being given in year one. I just know that sometimes it takes a couple years to really know what a player is. Because if you remember Michael Carter-Williams, he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And now he can barely play in the G League. All right, underrated MLB players. Good question. I mean, does Eddie Rosario count? I might overhype him a bit as a Twins fan, but I think he's legitimately pretty good. I think Christian Yelich, it's crazy to say that a reigning MVP is underrated, but let's be honest, until July of this past season, he was considered, 7 more minutes to 69 minutes of streaming? I'm probably going to end right around then, too. Marcus Smart versus Embiid in the... Dude, yeah, didn't Smart, throw Embiid to the ground or something? Alright, Rosario doesn't count. I think Rosario got snubbed from the All-Star game last year. That's my take on that. But if you don't think he's overrated, you don't. Underrated. If you do, then you do. Who else is out there that I think is actually underrated? Because, the thing is, all of these players are, overrated within their own team circles, if you look at it. I'll say Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Maybe not the most underrated, but the fact that he's not being talked about is clearly the best pitcher. Well, and by not, I mean not being talked about by, a bunch of people and widely as the best pitcher on the Dodgers. Kind of crazy. Alex Bregman's starting to catch up to the, I guess, hype and rating he deserves. But I'd say Alex Bregman is pretty dang good. Like, he does a good job of hitting for power and average with a little bit of speed. Russell Wilson snubbed from the Pro Bowl, but the Pro Bowl's a joke. Like, didn't he get in there as a replacement or something? Yeah, I will definitely say Alex Bregman, in my opinion. Justin Smoke, I mean, I guess, yeah. He's like, I didn't even think of him, and, he's a legitimate starting first baseman, and I don't even really think of him. Like, would I rather have him than, like, an Eric Hosmer? Probably, and guess what? He's a lot cheaper. I don't know where Chris Davis for the Oakland A's falls in terms of, does he even count as underrated? But he was underrated for a couple years straight, where people would just completely ignore the fact he was hitting 40 home runs a year. Now he's done it 3 years in a row, so I don't think he's that underrated anymore. But, yeah, if you want to think of someone who might be, I'll throw him out there. Let me keep thinking, who else is out there that could be underrated? Who else is out there that could be underrated? I feel like that people try to build hype on all these guys really quickly. Pro Bowls and All-Star games are all fan vote. Yeah, but like All-Star games, the starters are fan vote, the reserves are done by the media and the coaches. The Pro Bowl is completely fan vote except for like special teams. Chris Davis is Mr. 24/7 or Mr. 247. Yeah, I already mentioned Christian Yelich. Who else on the Brewers would be underrated? I guess maybe Lorenzo Cain. Nelson Cruz? I can see that. I didn't want to say it because, Twins fan trying to not be too biased, but, just thinking historically, like, he's never gotten paid the most money, but he always produces. Like, he always produces. And yet no one ever trusts his production. Last year was a bad year for him, and he hit 256 with 37 home runs. Before that, 288-39, 287-43, 302-44, 271 with 40 home runs. Like, that's a really good 5-year run. That's a really good 5-year run. And that's the last 5 years, too. Right? That's not, 3 years ago. That's just the last 5 years going into this year. Jeremy Jeffress? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I feel like with relievers, it's hard to say if they're truly underrated or if they're just going between stints of when they're on and when they're not. I'll probably stream for another 10 minutes or so. I'm not going to end right at the 69-minute mark. It might be more like 79 minutes. Yeah, how is Gio Gonzalez signed on a 1-year, $3 million minor league deal? I think that's underrated if you ask me. If you want to ask me about underrated based on this offseason's free agents, I'll say that. Ryan Presley for the Astros, former Twin. I think he's a solid 8th inning guy. Not saying he should close for you, but he's got good velocity and can generally keep things pretty well under control. And yet, I mean, no one ever talked about him on the Twins. He was traded for like a super dinky prospect, and then he went to Houston and he played well. I think the Astros gave him a 2-year extension, actually, if that tells you anything. Like, looking at it, so for Houston, he had a .77 ERA in 23 and a third innings for them. Now, yeah, might be a small sample size, but even for the Twins, he had a 3.4 ERA, which when you consider what the Twins look like, Twins kind of give up a lot of runs. It's just like in their nature, and you get these inherited runners. It's a mess. There you go. Before that, in a bad year, 2017, but he had 4 years in a row ERAs. On his bad years, upper threes. On his good years, upper twos. Elite, no. Functional, decent reliever, yeah. Yeah, I guess like small market teams get their players underrated. I don't know if Blake Snell, Jake DeGrom could be underrated. For an NBA vid, I could do a T-Wolves team build. Not NBA Live Flashback or Legend. You mean like I could build the all Timberwolves lineup in the game? Or what do you mean by that? If you can like clarify or explain further, Griff. It sounds like an interesting idea. Sounds like something I could potentially have a lot of fun with. I just want to understand. So if I, go about pursuing that idea, I can do it in a way that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, Yu Darvish had a bad year. I think... Yeah, that makes sense back, right? If he kept the ball down, if he wasn't susceptible to giving up so many home runs. But, at least last year, he struggled with that. Oh yeah, so like, building like the best 10-man Timberwolves lineup I could, I'd be down. Elite, welcome back once again. Probably streaming for 5 to 10 more minutes from now. Got the Joker cards. You're talking about the Joker, Nikola Jokic. Yeah, I guess he could be underrated for NBA players. I don't know at what point he goes from underrated to considered a star. Pewds number 2 after Stephen Carl too. The quality is like PewDiePie's camera because my Wi-Fi is a potato. So like, you know how Pewds doesn't have a good camera, and then like Marzia made the one video with Pewds using her camera, and it instantly looked a lot sharper. It's kind of like that. But like for me, I have the PewDiePie style internet, and then other people have like the Marzia style internet, if that makes sense. I should like make a meme out of it, low-key. Just like get a screenshot of my stream, get a screenshot of someone else's stream. Be like PewDiePie streaming NBA Live Mobile, Marzia streaming NBA Live Mobile. If that makes sense. I'm sure it will. And with Pewds being number 2, he better still be ahead of T-Series. T-Series can't be number 1. There's no space for T-Series to be number 1. I mean, if you're into the Bollywood stuff that T-Series posts, I can't judge too hard. We all have our own tastes in music and stuff. But you gotta support the Pewds. To me, the whole PewDiePie thing, it's about standing up to the corporation. Yeah, I know it's getting close, but I know... Oh, Justice Winslow hot. Yeah, I feel like Pewds has been holding on. I'm just saying, like, if you're saying you're number one and Pewds is number two, I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying you better not say Pewds is number two to T-Series, no matter what the sub count actually says. Because to me, the individual YouTuber should always be stronger than the corporation. He's 30K ahead right now. There we go. I think I've subbed to Pewds 2 or 3 times. And if you're like, oh, you're only subbed 2 or 3 times, I also went on someone's account who was subbed to T-Series and not subbed to Pewds. I unsubscribed him from T-Series, and I subscribed them to PewDiePie. So that one was worth 2 because it was +1 to Pewds, and it was -1 to T-Series. Do I know who Stephen Carl is? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Let me look it up. I'll do one more snipe round after this and then end the stream after that. Stephen Carl. Do you mean Stefan Carl? By Stefan, I mean Stefan Carl. He looks like he's an actor from Lazy Town. Maybe? Oh, dang. Yeah, let me know if that's who you're meaning. And he might have passed away, which is sad. But if that's who you mean... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I saw the meme and then I recognized him. I didn't know he passed away. That's sad. Alright, see ya, Griff. He's ahead of you by 90.7 mil. Hey, man, he's probably ahead of me by, like, 90.698 mil or something, if we're being real. It happens. No shame in it. No shame in being behind Papa PewDiePie. What, Troydan doesn't know what dinosaur chicken nuggets are? That's just sad. Talking about the tournament until the next round comes up. Let's see, Purdue's up 6. It's going to a commercial. What are the other scores? Alright, Pewds, you gotta go, man. Sounds good. Have a good rest of your night. Hopefully we'll see you around some other time. Hopefully you enjoyed the PewDiePie quality. Baylor up 38-37 at half. Michigan up 34-21 at half. And Wofford up 40-30 at half. Last round coming up here sometime in the next minute or so. Yeah, next round probably about 30 seconds out at this point. Justice Winslow, again, was the hot card this last round. So if you're trying to zone in on just one card, it's the one with the white jersey. Don't get the one with the black jersey. It's a mistake you can make if you're new and don't understand the method. But there's only certain cards that actually sell for the price. It's like an EA system thing. Right? So, like, whatever code makes the different card fronts, the one with the white jersey and, like, the Vice Knight sells, but the black jersey one doesn't sell. And, like, Wilson Chandler, the card of his that gets hot and sells is in a white Denver Nuggets jersey. It's not the blue 76ers jersey. It's $7.52 for you right now. You must be on the East Coast. For me, it's $9.52. And once I'm done with this round and done streaming, we gotta take care of pets. If you gotta get ready for bed, and then as soon as the games are done, go get some sleep, because I have to get up early tomorrow morning. It'll be good because I only have to do stuff early in the morning, so I'll have the rest of the day, to like record videos, edit videos, post stuff, and then stream in the evening. But unfortunately, it means I have to cash in early tonight. And on the weekend, I'm more busy generally, but it's not as bad. The final score of what game, Vision? I'm going to end the stream in a minute or two, but I can give you any final scores you're looking for before I officially end the stream. Let's go to ESPN. The final score is from earlier in the day. The first game of the day, Minnesota 86, Louisville 76. Then we had LSU 79, Yale 74, Auburn 78, New Mexico State 77, Florida State 76, Vermont 69. Oh, Villanova 61, St. Mary's 57. Final score, Villanova won by 4 points. So hopefully you didn't. Well, I don't think they covered the spread if you're gonna like actually bet the game. But they did win. I am going to wrap the stream up here. I'll stay in the chat for 30 seconds or a minute after, so any other messages that come through I can type a response to. I appreciate everyone who joined. If you did and you didn't like the stream yet or subscribe and you did enjoy the stream and would be interested in more streams, I encourage you to do both. I'm planning to stream again tomorrow night. I typically stream on Tuesday evenings and then Thursday and or Friday evenings for NBA Live Mobile. And if you miss the stream, I post the archive typically the next day. I have the previous streams archived to post still, so I'll probably post that either here tonight or tomorrow. This archive will go up Saturday or Sunday, something. If you guys have any NBA Live Mobile videos you'd like to see made, let me know as well. I don't necessarily have the best video ideas for that, but I'd be down, to make some videos for it if a good idea existed out there. But that being said, that is going to do it for now, guys. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Until next time, and as always, peace out.